Welcome to Youth Agenda. I am Hosanna Okorafo. And Mr. Kelvin, how are you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Are you okay? You look like is something weighing you down.
No,
What's
I'm
up?
fine.
Let's talk about you first. You know, we were always talking about,
Let's go to national issues first.
Oh, let's go to national issues first.
Yeah.
Now, talk about national issues. I came across something that was really, somehow appalling to the eyes, or to the ears, to the mind, to everything about the body. Yul Edochie, the actor, he came up to say that Obi is not eligible or not good or cannot, win presidency in Nigeria at this point in time. And I'm wondering, when he said at this point in time, what does that mean? Are you saying that now is not the right time for him to contest, or is there a better time? Or, I really cannot wrap my head around what he said. And he made instances, and somehow I don't know if I feel like I should buy into what he was trying to say. No, don't kill me, don't kill the messenger. So he said something about Obi being in different, political groups that have crumbled. He was in ABGA, he left ABGA to LP from Labour Party. Now there's a coalition in ADC, and that is not a physical thing, that whatever Obi, whatever team or whatever political party Obi joins always tends to crumble, and that this coalition will not work. I don't know. What do you think about it? What do you have to say on that?
I think basically from what I read on what he said on his Twitter handle, that is X now, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to say Obi is not ready at this point in time. From all indications, based on who Yul Edochie is currently, as a big supporter of the Tinubu government.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it meant, that he should try and wait for Tinubu to be done with his second term. So once it's done, then Obi may have to come and contest. But I think I find that discouraging. Number one, due to the fact that Yul Edochie is a youth. He's just 44 years old, right? He's in his 40s.
He's still in his 40s.
So he's considered a youth. And I think he's educated enough to know that, okay, this government you're supporting right now is not really doing much for the development of the country. And Peter Obi stands to be the only citizen, the only presidential candidate across board that is actually, let's say, reliable, across board. Forget about the parties he's joining and the people that are with him. He's the only reliable candidate. I've not seen anybody, apart from him.
When you say you've not seen anybody, you think there are no other people that can, be strong opposition?
Yeah, when you say strong people, we're talking about people, someone that can be able to deliver. Apart from once you become president of this country, the person that we are sure that has a good past track record. He was the best governor.
When he was governor in
Anambra State. Yes. So we've not seen anybody, apart from him. Let me say Kwankwaso, right? Yeah. So Obi is just the best person. So I don't see reason why Yul Edochie, maybe I don't know his sentiment. I don't know why he's been in support of this Tinubu government, despite the whole lapses we've seen in this Tinubu and APC-led government. I don't see reason why he should say Peter Obi is not capable of becoming the president of this country.
Exactly, and being that this Peter Obi is, let's not use tribe. Let's not,
I'm trying to wave, because I'm not a preacher of tribe, yes, and religion. Yeah, I try to let us rate someone based on their credibility and the rest.
But looking at what he said about every party Obi joins tends to crumble or doesn't have a strong structure. What do you have to say on that? Because looking at it, he left APGA, from APGA to Labour Party, from Labour Party now he's in ADC, and Yul Edochie is saying that coalition is not going to work. It's not going to, be a strong opposition. But if it's not going to be a strong opposition, why does it feel like the present government is scared of the coalition?
You should not just jump into the conclusion that ADC is not a strong opposition and any party that Obi joins crumbles. If that is the case, then why?
There's a record.
No, I forgot about the record.
Okay.
Yeah, if that is the case, right, then why is the APC and Tinubu, why are they scared? Why are they fighting the opposition?
Why are they fighting? Because look at what they do during their convention.
If they are sure that any party that Obi joins, they crumble, they should just fold their arms and focus on their own thing and allow
let
the
it
ADC.
crumble again, right?
So all those ones are just mere statements and mere fallacies, basically. Yeah.
Now talk about continuity of President Tinubu's government. A certain coalition of the Niger Delta youth leaders worldwide have declared their support for President Tinubu and the current governor of Fubara.
Yeah.
And I was bothered about, the things the statements they made about sustainability, about the good governance performance, and having it to, that they want the good governance to continue. And I'm wondering what is good about this government. I've been trying my best. I'm not the one to sabotage people's government or talk bad, but this is realistically almost the worst government we have had. And it is hurting that it is the youth, the so-called youth, who are still preaching online. Everybody should wake up, get your PVC, let's go and vote this government out. And we still have another faction. Yes, because it looks like inside is our youth, not like the PDP. We now have factions upon factions. I'm wondering why they will come up to say such a thing and support. Yes, they have the freedom to support whoever, but stating that you have seen the performance of the Mr. Kelvin, I don't know, what are the performances of this present government, good, that you've seen so far?
Okay, yeah, of course. I think we can all see the visible performance. According to them,
really?
They say they have seen the visible performance.
Am I the only one not seeing the visible?
Yeah, I can list the performance
because I'm
out for you.
paying more transportation than I used to.
I can see the visible performance, the government have been doing so far.
Oh, you are being sarcastic right there.
No, I'm not. So I can point them out to you right now. You can see the insecurities, right? Are they not visible to you? Yeah, the inflation, the high cost in fuel, high cost in transportation, the high cost in everything, the all whatnot, all the negativity that has to do with a crumbling economy, the loans they've been collecting, since they came into power. Are they not visible enough to you? So probably that's what they meant, when they say they can see the visible performance of the government and they want them to come and continue. That means they're about to just finish this country totally. Like if they should continue on this said visible performance that I've listed out, just like the other day, the Senate president came out and said killings will stop when Tinubu is being voted into power the second time.
I don't understand.
That means the killings can continue. They can continue before then.
So we are just starting. The killings are just starting. Or what?
So and it's quite alarming, and it's sad. It's sad because this government, these politicians, they tend not to put themselves into the masses' shoes. They lack empathy. They lack empathy basically, so as not to feel that the masses are suffering. People are dying every day in their hundreds, in their tens, in their thousands, right? And it's quite alarming, basically. Yeah.
Talk about empathy. I was scrolling through the streets of Twitter some days back, and there was this cry out of Nepo babies, and the Lapo babies. When they say Nepo babies, it has to do with children of people who are financially very stable. And someone mentioned something about the cost of, was it toothpaste, and the cost of having to park in the airport. Like when you want to do something at the airport, you want to send things to your family outside, and that you have to pay 3,500 naira for 1 hour. And the person goes on to mention other things that are, disturbing: house rent, the cost of food provisions, necessary basic things. And a rich man's son came up to say, he doesn't know that there are still things like kiosk. That, because the man made reference to like that Mama Chinedu that sells, things in the stuff and all of that. That imagine that the toothpaste she used to sell for so amount is not so amount. And the Nepo baby actually came out to say he does not think that he cannot remember the last time he saw something like a kiosk. That he thinks that guy is just exaggerating and just blabbing. And Kelvin, it was I don't know what to call that.
I don't think you should be surprised about that, because you see, one thing about these children of politicians is that
it the proximity
they tend not to experience all what the average Nigerian is suffering. Okay, they live in a secluded, high, tasty, expensive areas.
That's true.
Yeah, most of the time they even stay abroad most of their lives, right? So they tend not to experience what the poor masses.
Some of them may not even know what is going on.
You won't really blame them, basically, because like I said earlier, these politicians they tend not to experience what the masses are going through, and they don't care. They don't put themselves into the shoes of the poor masses, right? Subsequently, before all this republic, in the 70s, when we have youth governing, in the 60s, late 60s, after